Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Nathania. I'm the student of Jakarta State University. I make this video for the requirements of my thesis. So my thesis is about analysis the effectiveness of village fund allocations in 2019 until 2021, expenditure budgets in Bangun Cipto, Sentolo, Kulon Progo, Yogyakarta. So this is the table of contents. First, chapter 1. At the chapter 1, I will talk about the research background, research questions, research purpose, and research benefits. And for chapter 2, I will talk about the supporting of theory, and then the review of previous research literature. And then for the chapter 3, I will talk about the unit of analysis, research objects, data collections, technique, variables, operationalizations, and analysis technique. So here's is for the chapter 1. For my research background, I take the UU number 6 of 2014. Village are legal communities with territorial boundaries that have the authority to regulate and manage community interests, which are respective in the government system of the Republic of Indonesia. So the strategic role of a village requires the village governments to be able to manage village activity, management of village activity in the use of village finance must be guided by the principles of the village financial management. So the Peraturan Menteri Dalam Negeri number 20 of 2018, Chapter 1, Article 2 said that village finance are managed based on the principles of transparency, accountability, participations, and are carried out in an orderly by budgetary manner. So the next is about village funds. Village funds are APBN funds intended for village. Village funds are transferred to the district or city. It states APBD in Bahasa Indonesia and are prioritized for implementing village community empowerment development. So the transparency in allocations is something that must be considered in village development regarding village funds allocations. These principles of transparency is important to that village finance so that village finance can run well and fulfill the community rights and avoid conflicts in the village community. So next about my research, the economic structures of Kulon Progo Regency is currently still dominated by three economic sectors, namely agriculture and forestry and fisheries, processing industry and wholesale and retail trades, car and motorbike repairs. This can be seen from the role of each economic sector category informing the GRDP value of Kulon Progo Regency. So the economic sector that are still affordable, Kulon Progo Regency has high poverty rate. Based on the macro poverty analysis data in Kulon Progo district, it is stated that Kulon Progo district has a continuously increasing poverty lines number from year to year. So based on my background explains above, this research focus on describing the allocations of village funds in Bangun Cipto village and identifying the effectiveness of village fund allocations management that occurs in Bangun Cipto village. So my research questions is, first, how is the village funds allocations in Bangun Cipto Village Sentolo Kulon Progo for 2019 until 2021? My second question for my research is, how effective are village funds in Bangun Cipto Village Sentolo Kulon Progo in period of 2019 until 2021 in economic development and empowerment. So we start to the next capture about capture 2. So first start to capture 2. The background is on UU number 16 of 2014 concerning village definition village as a legal community groups with territorial boundaries that have the authority to regulate and manage government affairs. The interests of local communities based on community initiative, original rights or traditional rights that are recognized to respect in the government system of the Republic of Indonesia. And then UU number 32 of 2004 concerning regional government. Systematic efforts must be made to determine the affairs and authority that will be handed over the village so that they can carry them out effectively and efficiently to achieve the goals of empowering the governments and village communities. So based on village government's principles, facilities and infrastructure, financing, personnel. This is related to quality and quantity of human resource, and socio-cultural aspects of the community and considered. So the village head is the village financial. The village head is the village financial management authority holder, or PK, singkatan in bahasa is PKPKD, and represents the village governments in the ownerships of separated village assets. Acting financials there's acting financials manager. First is village secretary, and then there's also kaur or kasi. Kaur is kepala urusan, or kasi is kepala sesi, and then there's also a head of finance. Village revenue budget, according to the articles 11 in Permendagri number 20 of 2018 concerning village financial management. Village income is all village revenues in one budget year, which are the right of the village and do not need to be returned by the village. There's three category of village revenue. First is local generated revenue. In local generated revenue, there's also BUMDes business results, asset results, and self-help for the village. And then the second category is transfer. Transfers is village. In transfers, there's also the categories. First is about village funds, and then village funds allocations, regional taxes, And then the third category is other income. First is about village in other income, it's also the have the categorized. First is about village corporations results, village allocations results, bank interest, and other legitimate income. Okay, then the next is dana desa or village funds related on 2001 PMK number 7 the year of 2022 about pengelolaan dana desa. Transfer to regions uh, hereinafter abbreviates as TKD are funds reserved for the state's revenue and expenditure budgets are part of state expenditure allocated and distributed to autonomous regions to be managed by autonomous regions in order to fund the implementations of government's affairs which fall under the authority of autonomous regions. So dana desa is at the category of village revenue. It's on transfer village funds. The category of transfer, there's village funds. So village funds is the topic that we are gonna talk about. So after the definitions of village funds, I will explain about the village funds management. So there's there's features that I'll explain in bahasa. First is perencanaan. This is about village funds management. First is we'll do perencanaan, and then after the perencanaan, we also have a pelaksanaan. After that, we do the penata usahaan, and then we do the pelaporan. After that, we do the pertanggungjawaban. This is the topic that I will explain about the allocations of the village funds. Allocations of the village funds, these categorized are allocations for Bangun Cipta Village. The budgeting divides allocations into first allocations government administration sector. Second is allocations of village development implementation sectors. The third is allocations for community development sector, and then the fourth is community empowerment sector, and then the fifth is disaster management sector. So for the Bangun Cipta Village Fund, they allocated in these 5 categories that I will explain in my fourth chapter. I will explain about I will explain and describe about these 5 of allocations. And the next is about effectiveness of village funds. The effectiveness in general sense is the ability to be effective in carry out work so that it provides maximum efficient results. So according to the Gibson's in Nur Hayati 2017, she explains that there are 2 ways to assess system effectiveness based on theory and system objective. According to the goal approach, the formulations and calculations of the effectiveness to the achieved goals is based on cooperation. On other hand, according to the systems theory approach, the concept of our organizational effective must reflect two criteria. First is about the entire input process and output cycle. And second, it's reflections of the relationship between the organizations and its environment. To analyze the socioeconomic conditions of the village that are subjects of research, qualitative descriptive analysis tools are used, which use statistical techniques for the for answer my second problems at my questions research. This how successful use of village funds or DD, dana desa in bahasa, measure from the effectiveness perspective and benefits of the effectiveness models using the following formula. So first is about effectiveness or efektivitas. There's realisasi belanja and target belanja. So the effectiveness score can be calculated by comparing. We are comparing the realisasi belanja to the target belanja, and then with the budget shopping and then we multiplying by 100%. So the final is will be the presentation, and there's the categories of presentations of effectiveness in the table. This is the results of the effectiveness score can be assessed for the effectiveness by looking the groups in the following table. So the first is first in the left is about sector effectivitas in in present. So keterangannya for 100% it will be very effective. So when the final score is 100%, it means the village fund is very effective. For the results 90 until 100, the village funds is we will say it was effective, and then for the score 80 until 19, we said it's quite effective or cukup effective. In the score 60 until 80 it kurang effective, and under less of 90 it was not effective or tidak effective. So this core effectiveness, I take it from the journal from Deka Veronica at 2020. Next is about the chapter 2, frame of mind. So in this picture, I using bahasa. So first is about pendapatan desa or village revenue. First, from the village revenue, we have the categories of dana desa. Dana desa is at the transfer funds. So there's 3 categories of village funds: locally generated revenue, transfers, and other income. So the village funds is on transfers revenue. So from the pendapatan desa or village revenue, we have village funds. Especially village funds will allocate it with 5 categories for Bangun Cipto village. And then I will first from that village funds, I will explain about the allocated of that village funds, and then answering my second questions of research, I will explain about the effectiveness of allocated for the village funds, and then the output is I will analyze the results of this score of effectiveness. So we'll see about Bangun Cipta Village Funds. Is it effective or not effective for the results? So I will analyze it, and then after that I will take the conclusions of all of my analysis. Next is chapter 3, unit of analyze. The analyze unit studied in Bangun Cipta Village, Sentolo, Kulon Progo, Regency, in the year of 2029, 2022, and 2021. The data is managed will be taken. The data be managed was taken on June 2027. 2027. Sorry, the data to be managed, it was taken on 27 June 2023, taken directly to the Bangun Cipta Village Office, Sentolo, Kulon Progo. So data collections technique, my data collection technique used in research is documentations. Why it's called documentations? Because the method is a data collections method. In full studying data that has been documented, according to C. Hartini Arikunto, explained that the documentations method is the method of searching for data regarding things in the forms of notes, books, transcripts, newspaper, inscriptions, magazines, meetings, minutes, agendas, and photos of activities. Next, my variable operations describe to the village funds allocation. First is describes the village funds allocations. This answering my first questions of research. First is describing the village funds allocations. I will describe in Bangun Cipta Village, there's 5 allocations of village funds. First is about allocations government administration sector. In this categories, there's also another categories. So we will see where is the village funds. We will see where is the village funds allocated at the allocations of government administration sector. Next is about allocations of village development implementation sector. I think this is related to the development like infrastructure or the other access like the street for that the street electricity for that village. And then the third allocations is allocation for community development sector. This is about the community. The second category is talking about development implementations for the village, about the facilities or another. But at third is community development. It will allocate it for human resource developments, like for the people, for studying, for the educations of the people at the village. And then the fourth is community empowerment sector. And the last is disaster management sector. So the next steps is about calculating the effectiveness levels of village funds allocations. After I explain and describe about all of the village allocations, I will calculating all of the allocations, how effective it was, how effective it is. So I will calculate by this formula, effectiveness. This formula is effectiveness levels of village funds allocation. How can we know that effectiveness is by compare realisasi belanja and target belanja, and then we multiply it to 100%. So after we got the score, we will have the table of score effectiveness. So we can know how effective it is. So next is my analysis technique. First, in research, data analysis is carried out based on this of the stage processing data. The method uses is quantitative descriptive method using the case studies. Research use data that has been documented or tech archive reports from the Bangun Cipta village, namely accountability reports data on realizations of implementations or village revenue and expenditure budget for the year 2019 until 2021 budget. And then my quantitative descriptive method in this research applied quantitative descriptive methods by describing the allocations of village funds in Bangun Cipta village, Kulon Progo. Then I'll make the circle graphs and calculate the percentage of village fund allocations in such allocation sections. So after making the graphs, I'll calculate the effectiveness value obtained from allocations of village funds, and then the effectiveness value obtained can be seen for the category obtained. Whether the village funds is effective or it used for ineffective. I think that's all for me. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.